Today I want to speak about one of the most popular boards under name of the Arduino boards. If you want to do some project in IoT or Internet of the Things, or for example home automation, control the robots, or you must to connect any analog and digital sensors to the electronic boards, you must to know about the Arduino coding actually. If you don't know about the hardwares, GPIO pins and ports actually, we prepared one video before actually. You can find it in here. So what is the Arduino coding? Let's go to do it. In this video, you know about the coding of the input and outputs of the pins, and after that you make your melody, and next section we will explain how you can send and receive the data in the serial ports or USB ports, and finally you make your exact voltmeter with the high accuracy based on the analog pins actually. So let's go to learn about it. Okay guys, let's go to start the Arduino programming. First of all, you must to use the Arduino IDE. What is that? This is the one environment that you can write the code. Arduino code is based on the C programming inside it. So please consider that the Arduino is the completely open source. It means everything inside it and is related to the Arduino board is free except of the hardware. So how can I download it, the one Arduino IDE? First of all, you must to go to the Google and search the Arduino. After that, you go to the home page of the Arduino, and from the tab of the software, you can go and download the Arduino IDE based on your operational systems, is Windows or Linux or Mac. After this one, you must to install the Arduino IDE, and welcome to the Arduino world actually. After installation, you can open the program, you can come inside these environments. This environment is not sophisticated, it's very easy, and there is some parts that I will explain it to you. The first part is the void setup, and other one is the void loop. What is that? I will explain it in the next section. But there is the one icon in here. This icon is for the compile the program. What does meaning of the compile? Compile, it means you run the program. If you have any problems, actually they find it and show you what is the problem actually. In some examples, I will show you what is the exact function of these icons. Other one is the very important is the upload. Upload, it means after the compilation, and if you don't have any problems, you can transfer the program inside the boards. So there is the one important hint actually. When you buy the Arduino, actually there is the many models, and you must to set it to the software. If you connect from this hardware to the laptop, and you must to know everything is set or no, you come to the tools and you go to the ports. If the hardware and of course the software, what does meaning of the software? It means there is the driver or no. Everything is good, you can come to the tools, and the ports here show you the Arduino ports. That means there is no problem, the connection is okay, and you can write your code, and of course easily you can upload it inside the boards. So there is something else in tools, actually toolbar. From the here you can choose the board actually. Now we use the Arduino Uno as a usual one. Then you must to select Arduino Uno, but by default is on the Arduino Uno. And the program is also should be AVRISPMK2. This one is the by default. Other options is also I will explain it, but let me to explain it in for example the one examples and what is the structures, what is the for example the structure of the writing the code, how can I for example write one program for the coding actually. So first of all, for the programming you have the any microcontrollers you must to know you have the one sitting parts. This sitting parts is referred to the any options that related to the pins. It means you define which kind of the pins is input or output. What does meaning of the input and output? If you consider, for example, this is your microcontroller, it means I put the abbreviation MC. If any commands or any voltage come inside it, it means this one is the input. Can you, for example, imagine what, which components can do this one for me? For example, the key. One key can do this one, or any sensors, digital or analog, send the data to the microcontrollers. This data is the input signals or voltage to the microcontrollers. And how about the output? Output, it means any commands from the outside that came from the microcontroller to the outside. For example, I will decide it, the one relay is working or no, one LED is turn on or turn off, or something like this one. So the relay and the LEDs can be, for example, the one example for the one output. So this one is the output. It means we get some data from the inputs, we get the decision, and after that the outputs. So any microcontrollers have the many pins. These pins can be defined the inputs or outputs. You as a programmer, you define it in the programmer, in the code actually, in the environment of the coding. So how can I possible? In the sitting part, it means any microcontrollers, Arduino or other one, is unique to this sitting. This sitting in Arduino is defined in the void setup actually. You have the two parts in Arduino code. Actually, one part is for the sitting that we define it by the void setup, sorry. This void setup, all of the settings of the pins that you use it, you can bring it in here and define it. And all of the sitting commands is, for example, is based on the two braces. So every command inside of the here is related to the sitting. Please consider every command that you write it in here is run just for one time. For example, if you write your code inside of the here, just run for the one time. And other parts is the void loop. Void loop is the main program, actually main code is placed inside the main void loop. What does mean that? It means there is the one loop that is repeat infinitely. That is depend of you. You can control this loop actually. But for example, if you turn on and turn off the one LEDs inside the program, but just you turn it and turn off it. And after that, in this loop, until the infinity, this one is the blinking actually. So the void loop is the main program actually should be writing here. But in the Arduino IDE, as you can see, this one is written for you. Is there ready, and you don't want to do anything. Just you come and write the program. If you want to comment or means, for example, disables any line, just with the 2 backslash and any, for example, the comment in here is should be, for example, consider the Arduino like as the one comment is disabled actually. So the other one is important. Any line that you can write it in the Arduino IDE like as the C programming, any line, for example, you must write one dot, one sign is like as this. This one is also the one rules that you say to the compiler. The compiler, it means the Arduino IDE, that the line is the finish. So first of all, we want to write the one program that's blinking one LEDs and with, for example, the pin of the 7s. When, for example, they send the one comments to the one LED, for the every 1 second is blinking. It means the 1 second is the on and 1 second off actually. So let's go to the right, the program. As you can see, for example, in this parts, I told you I must write the setting parts. You imagine I want to connect the LEDs to the pin 7. It means there is the one commands based on the pin mode. Pin mode, it means what is the condition of the one pins that you want to use it. You want to define it as an input or output actually. We put this one is the pins 7 and I want to connect the LEDs. LEDs is the output. How do you know? Because the microcontroller send the comments. From the microcontroller send the comments, it means the output. One thing is you must to consider actually is the actually if you write correctly, you write all of the comments correctly. Usually the comments is the colorful. You can see the pin mode is the orange and the output is the blue. So I define the pin of the 7 as an output. Other things is we will go to the main loop. Because we have just 2 modes, on, off, 1, 0. It means we must use the digital pins. If you don't know about the digital pins, we prepared the one video for the hardware. Actually, you can refer to it. For the comments to the digital pins, we write the digital right, okay, the pins is the 7. I will told you we will define it in the pin modes, and we want to turn on it. It means high, and this line explain that in the pins of the 7s change it to the high. High is the 5 volts actually, and we get the delay here. How much? Because we say to you the 1 seconds, and the delay is based on the milliseconds. It means, for example, I put the 1000 here is referred to the 1 seconds, and after that, after 1 seconds, I should turn it off. Here actually I will copy it, and the high should be low. Next, I will copy the delay. This one is the one program as I told you, and I show you the one LEDs that is the connected to the pin 7 pin of the digital of the 7 and turn off and turn off every 1 second. So how can I connect the LEDs to the Arduino board? If you imagine this one is the Arduino, and for example this one is the pin of the 7. We connect the 7 to the positive or anode of the LEDs, and this one should be connected to the ground pin from the Arduino actually. It means if you put the one resistor is also is okay, but if you don't put it is because the current is there very limited, it doesn't matter. But if you put the one resistor is here like as the 330 ohm actually is okay. So this one is the first program. Let's go to show you what's the results and what is the actually the in the practical we put the program inside the Arduino. For the programming of the Arduino boards, actually first of all we will go and compile it. As you can see, for example, first of all they ask to you don't want to save it or no. Here there is the one toolbar, show you the compile, every line checked by the compiler. And if you have any problems, actually here comes with the orange lines, orange color actually. And here is, as you can see, he's the done compiling. And usually here, you know, you have the right lines, actually white lines. It means, for example, how much of the storage inside the microcontrollers is actually how much space in the storage is occupied by your code. And after that, if you have any problem, these lines came from the orange color as I told you before. Now you must ready to connect and send the program to the Arduino. We did these parts. He said, for example, do you want to save it? If you want, you can save. And after that, now is ready to the upload to the program actually, to the Arduino. So after a few seconds, actually, this one is uploaded inside if your connection from the hardware and software is completely true. Now, if you can see, there is the one problems here, that is that I cannot open the ports from send the program from the laptop or PC to the Arduino. This one actually is usually you must to come here and select the ports, and again you must to upload it, and here actually write the uploading is done, uploading, and after that uploading done. With the actually this process, I send the code inside the Arduino. Let's go to the tested and how I can connect it and use this program. And actually we develop this code step by step. Okay guys, now there is actually the ground pin as you can see here, and of course here is also the 7 pin of the digitals. Now there is the one LEDs. This LEDs here is the cathode from this flat side as you can see, and of course in the smaller pin, I know this one is the cathode, and I should connect it to the ground pin. And now I connect this one to the ground, and I connected it here, and of course with the other colors from the pin 7 I connected to this one. Now because already actually I programmed the Arduino boards, you can see every 1 second, actually this one is the blinking. So I want to show one thing is actually, I want to change the delay. Here I came and changed to the just 200 milliseconds actually. And after that you can see the speed of the blinking will be changed actually. Let's to upload it because it's the take a few seconds. And for the next practice actually we want to make the 2. You can see I changed the LED blinking speed to the 200 milliseconds actually. Okay, for the second practice actually, I want to write the one program with the 2 LEDs. It means, for example, one of them is the turn on, other one is the off, and vice versa. Something like as this one. If I want to explain more, come and imagine you have the 2 LEDs. One of them is the red, and other one is the blue. When this one is the turn on, this one is the off, and this position is changed actually. This one is the off, on, off, on, off. This one you can see in ambulance or the light, alarm light of the police, actually the cars. So let's go to write the programs. First of all, you must to determine the outputs. First of all, we have the 2 pin modes. One of them is I will define it for the pin of the 7 from the Arduino, and one of them is I write it for the pin of the 8. Pin mode and pin mode. One of them is the for the 7 as an output pin, and the other one is the for the 8. Why we choose this one? This one is the completely optional. It means, for example, you choose which pin you must to use. Outputs. Then I came in here, write digital, right, seven high, after the delay, for example 100 milliseconds, digital, right, seven low, and immediately right, eight high. Again, we need the delay, or if I want to, because this one is the high, here should be turn it off. This one is also, I will copy here and I write the 8 low. So what happened for this? First of all, we define the two pin mode for the pins of the 7 and 8. With this section, actually, we define these two pins from the microcontroller as output. First of all, I told the pin of the 7th is turned on and the other one is the off. After the 100 milliseconds, the position of the two LEDs actually change. This one is the on and this one is the off. So this one is the something like this one. So let's go to the uploaded and check the our circuits and our projects. Okay, for the other practice, I want to simulate the one smile from the one robots. It means I have the 5 LEDs and based on your program, I want to do this algorithm that make the smile of the one robots. If I want to show you the more, actually, let's go to show you what's the algorithm exactly. For example, the LED here is the start in the first step. The other one is off. And in the next step, this one is the turn on, turn on, turn on, and this two is off. And after that, all of them is turn on, and next all of them is off. It means this one from the here is the turn on first. Let's show you with the other colors. For example, the green is okay. Now, first of all, this one, and next step, these two, and next step, all. It means from the here, the smile will be complete, and after that, I will turn off all of them. Let's go for the programming and code. One thing I want to explain to you, how much is actually how many LEDs you need as the outputs is in this example is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which pins is depend of the you. Maybe for example 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is okay. I will write the program by step actually. Let's go to write the program. We have the 5 pin mode. We write it 1 for example the 5, and output end of the each actually the line I should put the semicolon, and for the saving the time I copy and paste
One of them is the 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9. In the first step, I should turn on, for example, the 7 just as a middle one. Digital, right. 7 is high. Please consider that I can use the 1 replace of the high, but for the for the beginners I write the high. It means, for example, this one, if I write the 7 and is 1 is also is the same as 7 high, but I will write in here the high because maybe some beginners see this video. So after that we write the delay, for example 200 milliseconds. Next, the 7 is high. I want to turn on the other two LEDs, the 8 and the 6. For the Control C and Control V, I will write the 6 and Control C, V, and 8. Two LED beside of the 7 should be turned on in the next step. And next, again, I copy the 1 delay in here. Now they must turn on the 5 and 9. 5 and the 9. Again, I put the 1 delay here. And after that, I should turn off all of them. Then I will put it the low. Replace of the low is also, I can put the 0 inside. 0 replace of the low actually. Now is the 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and of course I should give the 1 delay in the end. So you can do this program and you change everything you want and you see the results, what happened inside your project and what happened for the LED blinking actually. So I check it and I compile it. Next I will upload it, and let's go to the check the actually as a practical project your circuit. So this one is the done. Then the our Arduino is connected. Now I will upload.
So until now, just we define the pin modes for the outputs, and you turn on and turn off the LEDs. Now I want to get some command from the outsides, from the, for example, the one touch key. The touch key, we make the video for you, and you can come to our channel and you review it. But if you don't know it, you have the three pins. One of them is the VCC, one of them is the ground, and other pins is the I/O. If you touch it, it means, for example, this I/O change to the 1 by the default, and if you don't touch it, is pins from the I/O is the 0. So this I/O should be connected to the Arduino like as the input, and I should read it, and we get the any results based on our decision of the what happened if this key is touched or no. So I want to write the one code, and based on this code, if I touch the touch key, the one LED is turn on, and if I don't touch it, this LED turn off. So let's go for the write of our code. So in this code, I told you this one is the command. It means it's the compiler. Arduino IDE doesn't consider this one actually. So I can delete it, and I write the one pin mode for the output for the LEDs and one input for the touch key. I will write pin mode. So you must to know about the spell of the each comments. If you use the just one and is the true, you can use it every time from this one. After that, you learn it all of them. As I told you, this one is the colorful. It means this one is the completely true. So because of the save of time, I will copy paste. So now the pin mode, for example, the 7 is the output, and for example, the 8 is input. So now we define the input and output. Please consider that one pins in one program just have the one function. You cannot change, for example, the 8 is output and input. Then the next, I want to write the one variable. Actually, I want to define the one variable. What is the variable? Variable is the one dishes, and you put some value inside it, and you can see what happened inside it, and based on this, you can actually get your decision. What is the integer? Integer is the 0, 1, 2, 3. For example, we don't have anything in the nature based on 1.5, or we don't have the number of the integer is the 1 point, for example, 75. Just we have the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. int is defined for the integer. We define it in the code by the int. The name of this integer or variable actually is based on the u. I will define it here is for example, the a. It means I came and defined the one variable. The name is the a. Now I want to read the input pins and what is the inside. The key is touched or no, and after that we get the decision based on the key is touched or not. For example, I will come here is digital read. Okay, the digital read is the new actually the command, because then now we define for you the pin mode, digital write, delay, and now is the digital read. Digital read format, actually the command is which pins you want to read it. Of course, the pins that you define it as an input. In here you can see I must write the 8. It means you go and read from the pin of the 8 because we define it as an input. Now you come and every the results that you, for example, see in these pins, you go and read these pins. Everything you read it, put it in the A. Okay, now I said if the if is the format is like as this. It means if our condition is true, for example, if the A equal to the high, you come and do anything based on this condition. You come and do all of the comments between these two braces actually. What happens if this pin is high? It means the key is touched before, because the IO pins is the one when the key is touched. It means, for example, I must to write here digital, because I told you I want to turn on the one LED digital, right? The output pins I defined it here is the 7 and high. Okay, I will explain every line again, and after that I can write the one if the A is equal to the, for example, the low, but you can say that else digital write 7 and low actually. So what happened in this program? First of all, one pins, that is the 7th pin on the Arduino is the output. Next, from the here is the 8 as an input. Now I define the one integer. Next, I read the pin input pins and I put it inside the variable from the here. Then I said, please come and look at inside your dishes this integer variable. If is the 1, it means the key is the touched, the one LED is turned on, and if not, you come and this LED should be turned off. So I can, for example, here put the one delay actually, and this delay help you slower this function. You can see it. For example, I put the 100 milliseconds is enough. And once in this program, I introduce some things is new. One, how you can define the one integer value. For example, int, a, k, or anything you want. Next, digital read for the reading the input pins. The other one is the if and else. Two conditionals command actually. If you want to use the, for example, the if the condition is the to the parentheses, and all of your comments, if your condition is the true, is based on two braces actually. So all of the lines should be have the dots semicolon actually. So please consider that in this code actually you know about the integer, how you define it, the input pins, and after that what is the function of the if, else, and digital read. So now I compile it, and hopefully you know how you can upload it, this code inside the board. So let's go to do on the lab, and we make this one and connect the LEDs and of course touch key to the our project. if you want to make the melody, or you want to actually make a sound from the Arduino, you use the tone commands. Well, what's the application? Actually, for example, if you want to get the one feedback from the one action from the Arduino side, you use the tone. The tone structure command is, first of all, you must to define the one pin, digital pin, as an output. For example, pin of the 7. So we write the tone, and the 7 should be in the pin mode, as write the 7 pin number 7 pin of the digital as the outputs. Then I put in here. The other option is here in the parentheses is the frequency. Which frequency do you want to play actually? This one is the frequency. And after that, how much time you want to play. This one is the time. Usually you can make the melody based on this structure. I put the delay. Of course, the time in the tone command is based on the milliseconds actually. So yeah, I put the one stop in here, for example 100 milliseconds, and I put other tone from this with the different frequency and different time. With this one you can make the one melody or some songs that make it with you. That is very interesting. So let's go. I write the one program, and after that I upload it in the Arduino. Okay, as you can see, this is the just one tone, and I came in here, I write the delay, and after that I write the, for example, just 200 delay milliseconds, and I write the other tone. I want to do it like as, for example, maybe 10 commands I will write, and you will see the result actually. So this one is there, I change it to the 50, this one is the 100, and this one is the 50. I change it, and you can see the results. This one 150, and this one is the 100, for example the 80. I don't want to make it like as each other, so I change I copy paste because I want to save time. This one is the 60, and this one is the, for example, 8. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is enough. So we will go and see the result. I will add the one more because I want to choose the one low frequency in here actually. So for example is 200. So let's go to the see this one as well. I don't want to save it, and let's go to see what's the sound. Okay, first of all I must use the buzzer to you. The buzzer, this one is the positive pins. You can see this one is the longer. I put it in like as this. And this one should be connected to the 7. And the other one I will connect it in here to the ground. You can see and you can hear the code. And okay, Now we will go to the hear the sounds from our melody. Can you see this one is, for example, that is the our melody. Something is maybe is not interested, but you can do it by the true and false, and you can find the best result actually. Sometimes you want to send the data between the one Arduino and the one laptops, and this actually the data is two-way. One of them is transmitter, one of them is the receivers. So what's the application of this one? For example, one time you want to connect the one temperature sensors to the Arduino and send this data to the laptops real time actually, and after that you put it in some programs like as the Excel for the more calculation or some things like that. So for the making the one channel of the data between the Arduino and the laptop or some things like this, not laptop, is the any processing actually processors, you can use the serial link actually. The serial link, the first step you must to determine the speed of the data between the two boards or the Arduino and the laptop. This one is the possible in the void setup. I write the serial dot begin and 9600. Actually this one is that I set the speed between the two boards, and I have the one question, you can use any number here. No, there is some standards and you can choose one speeds between these standards that I can show you in the Arduino IDE. The next step, in this program I want to write very simple sentence or like as the high, and you can see the results actually. Now I will write the serial dot print. If I put the any sentence between this double quotation, exactly same as this will be right in the serial actually link that you can see it in the laptop. I write here, for example, the how are you, and I want one time say to you the hi. Please consider if you write any program in the void setup, actually that is run for just one times. I came in here and I write this one hi. So because this one is the claims will be printed horizontal like as this one, I won't go any lines in the next line actually. So because of this one, I write ln in the examples I can show you, and I will write delay because the speed is too high. For example, every 1 second, this one show you the how are you. So let's go to the check it, and you can see the what's the result of this actually the code. Okay guys, for the checking this program actually I uploaded in the Arduino, and you can see in here show you the 11 11 11 11 11 11. So if I write and delete the ln and upload it again, what happened? That's right for me actually the horizontally like as the one line actually. So let's go to show you. So now you can see 11 11 11 11. So this one is maybe is not, you cannot recognize it, and better is you use the ln. Now I want to write one actually actually I want to write the one constant phrases like a c is equal. I write in here in the double quotation, I put it c is equal, and this one I put serial print, and next one is the actually the inside of the c variable of the c. So let's go to the uploaded. Then we see the result. This program has the constant phrase and print of the inside of one variable with each other actually, and it's very good. Until now, you just learn about the digital pins for the melody, for the input, output, and after that you learn about the serial monitor, how is it possible you send some data and you show it in the serial monitor in the Arduino IDE. Now I want to explain how is it possible you read the data from the analog pin. What does mean that if you want to read the one continuous voltage from the 0 until the, for example, the 5, you must use actually the analog pins. Analog pins is written actually the pins based on the A0 until the A5. This one is defined actually as an input one, and how is it possible we read it? Now we write some interesting project that you learn it completely actually. So let's go for the first step. I want to read the one voltage, and you make the one very accurate actually the voltmeter. First of all, I will write in here pin mode, and the pins optional I use the A0, and of course in input. Then I came in here and I said please consider that this one is not integer, because for example in the voltage you want to read, for example you have the 1.75 or for example 0.5 or something like this. Then for this kind of the variable we use the float. A, for example, then I said analog read. It means analog read from the which pins we must read? A0, because we defined this one will, and we active these pins A0 and everything as you actually the read, please put it inside the A variable. And actually there is the one constant formula based on the maximum voltage, that is the 5 volts in the Arduino, and the baud rate sampling for the ADC or analog to digital converter. So let's go to write it, this constant actually the formula. This formula is based on the maximum voltage for the input of the ADC of Arduino is the 5 volts, and the other one is the bit rate of sampling for the ADC in Arduino based on the actually the processor of this kind of the boards. This is the constants formula. That's, let's go to the write it actually is the A is equal to the A times to the, we open the parentheses, 5 is the maximum voltage. And please consider I put the dot 0. It means, for example, because we define the A like as the float. And this one is the divided by the 223 actually, or 1020 dot 0. And let's go to the printed. Print ln, actually I write the voltage print, and next one serial print, I should write serial print voltage, and the next line I want to write the voltage, and after that the value is also came front of this phrase actually. Serial dot print ln, and for example I write the which variable? A. Then I put this one, I put the real delay because I don't want to see that very with the highest speed. For example, is the 200, and let's go. I will connect the A0 to the 5 and the 3, and after that I want to connect the one, actually the volume or the potentiometer, that you can see the variable of the voltage and the measure of this voltage actually, and you can see it in the serial monitor. And after that I want to show the graph actually based on the serial plotter. Let's go. Okay guys, we write in here the serial dot begin (9600), and we upload it and we see the results. Then I connect, I must to connect the A0 actually to the 5 volts. For the first step I want to measure the 5 volts and ground, and after that is also 3.3 volts, and after that I will connect the volume, one volume actually, to the breadboard actually. So now as you can see, voltage is equal to the 5. I will change it to the 3.5 actually, 3.3. You can see exact is the 3.31. and now if I want to connect this one, we have the 3 pins actually, and these 3 pins, this one, the middle one, should be connected to the A0. The one of them is the VLCC or 5 volt, and other one is the ground. So this one is help us to, we have the one variable voltage between the 0 until the 5 actually. So let's go. From this, then I connect A0 to the middle one, and the one wire to the 5 volts to these pins, and we connect one more to the ground, and we see the result actually. You can see from the 0, and now I want to increase the voltage. You can see until the 5 we expected to the this actually the volume. The other things I want to show you, we use the serial plotter. That's the serial plotters comes from the tools. Okay guys, we connect to this one as you connected and you see it. Next I will delete I delete this line, as you can see here, because this one is the voltage and I want to graph, and I must to keep just the variable a. And now I uploaded. Next you should go to the tools and serial plotter, or the short key is the Control Shift L. And after that you can see we have the graph, and you can use it like as the something like oscilloscope, actually with the many limitation as well. But please consider in the analog voltage, you maximum 5 volt you can give the voltage to the analog pins. So let's go tools and serial plotter. You can see from here, and now I can for example change this one, or something like this, or this one. This one is the very good technique actually, because you connect the one sensors, you want to know the reaction of the variable voltage, or for example something like this, and you can get the decision based on this reaction and actually the voltage variation. So based on this, you can see you have the graph with the serial plotter actually. Okay, for the last part of this section, actually I want to do one practice for you. The project is you have the 2 touch keys and 1 LEDs. With the 1 touch key, when you touch it, actually the LED is on, and other touch key turn off the LED. So I want to write something in serial monitors when you touch the key 1 and key 2 actually. So let's go to write this program actually. Now first of all, in this project we need the 2 input for touch key and 1 output for the LEDs, and of course 1 serial begin for the connection of the serial. So let's go to write this code. We write the pin mode, for example the 5 input, and next for example I connect the pin of the 6 for the other touch keys, and 1 output for the pin of 7 that your LED should be connected. This one is the 7, and of course this one is the output. Next we write the serial dot begin (9600) or 9600, and in the loop I should define the 2 integer, one for the key 1 and one of them is for the key 2. This is the int for the integer variable a and b. Next I will write pin of the 5 and I put it in the A, and the pin of 6 is also I put it in the B. A is equal to the digital read. From the which pin I should read it? 5. And exactly same for the B and for the pin of the 6. If I copy paste it, I just save the time actually. So I put some conditional comment. If, for example, the touch key of the key is the pressed or sensed, what happened if, for example, if the A is equal to the 1, it means the touch key is touched actually. What happened for that? First, digital, right, which means 7. Why? Because we define it as a output. 7 and high. For many times I told you, replace of the high you can put 1, and for the low you can put 0. And after that, first LED is on and the other one serial print, and one constant phrase like as ring ring or close the door or anything you want, you can write it in here. For example, I write the ring. Next, for the other condition, if the B is equal to the 1, it means the touch key of the 2 is pressed. Then the LED should be turned off actually. It means 0 or low. I should, for example, digital write 7, 0 or low. That I want to show you in the difference type. I put it to 0. You can put the low and no differences. Next, I came in here. This one is, I can change it to the LN because I want to go to the next line. And exactly this one is also should be connected in here. I put it, for example, LED turn off. Then I can go and test our code on the hardware or breadboards. So all of these programs should be practiced by you, and you know what's the problem and what's the connection problem between the Arduino and cables. You search it and you must to try all of these codes, and hopefully this code is also was very good practice for you. So let's go to the breadboard and connect the touch keys and LEDs for you. This is the basic of the Arduino coding, and hopefully our practice and examples was very interactive for you. Thank you for watching.